observing. First of all, what is the necessary to study this inverse trigonometric functions? I will try to clarify it by taking one example. Observe. 1 by 2 is a value for which angle the sine gives this value 1 by 2. Suppose a question will be raised. 1 by 2 is nothing but sine 30 degrees. The same concept is taught in trigonometric equations also. 1 by 2, a number 1 by 2 is nothing but sine 30 degrees. Only the sine 30 even the sine 150 also or sine 390 also. But here, in order to get the 30 degrees, the angle 30 degrees is nothing but it is sine inverse 1 by 2. Try to understand it. Sine inverse 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is sine 30, yes, okay. What is the angle 30? Is sine goes to that side, sine inverse 1 by 2 is equal to 30 degrees. Is pi by 6. That is belonging to the interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay, na? Will agree? Why? Because it is already taught in the trigonometric equations. Not 150 degrees. Sine 150 is 1 by 2. Here also 150 is equal to sine inverse of 1 by 2. But there we should not take this value 150 or 390 or something and something. Unlimited number of angles are there giving the same value 1 by 2. But very first value you have to take it. That is the rule. So sine inverse 1 by 2 is pi by 6, 30 degrees. Okay now? So here inverse is needed to find the angle. Okay now? That is the purpose to know this chapter concept. Okay then? Similarly, if you see minus 1 by root 2 is there. Minus 1 by root 2, a number. The cos of, cosine of which angle gives this minus 1 by root 2? It is 135 degrees or cos of 225 degrees also. Not only these two, number of values are there, number of angles are there, unlimited number of angles are there. For those, cos is giving the same minus 1 by root 2. But in one rotation, these are the two. You see, in order to get the angle 135, elude that one, only we have to take this first value. It is cos inverse of minus 1 by root 2 is equal to 135 degrees. We are taking only this one. 135 means 3 pi by 4, which belongs to 0, gamma, pi. This is the principal angle. Here in the case of sine also principal angle. First value of angle. Here also cos 3 pi by 4 is the first value, principal angle. Okay na? Which lies in between 0 and pi. This is a rule. Okay na? Right. So in order to get the angle, we need to find inverse, cosine inverse. Okay na? That is the reason we are learning this chapter. Suppose minus 1 is there. Minus 1 is tan of which angle? Minus 45 or tan of 135 and so on. So many angles are there for which tan is giving the same value, same number minus 1. But very first one is minus 45. I have to take the first one only. Here it is the first one. In case of sine, in case of cos, In case of tan, only first value we have to take it. Okay, now? Right. Now, tan inverse of minus 1 is equal to minus 5. That means minus 5/4. This is belonging to the curved brackets, open interval, minus 5/2, 5/2. Here also, in order to find the angle minus 45 degrees, we are taking the inverse concept. Inverse of tan of minus 1 is minus 5. Okay, now this is the reason to get the study of inverse trigonometric functions. Now, observe me. Now, we go to find the properties. It is a very important concept. Properties of inverse trigonometric functions. You see, number 1, sine inverse of sin x is equal to x. Observe me. Sine inverse of sin x. Sine inverse sine cancels. This is inverse to this one, so it cancels. We get the same angle x. Okay, now where x belongs to is minus pi/2 comma pi/2. If you are able to follow this domain and range, you follow it. Otherwise, you observe here. While we are solving the problems, there we can understand. Okay, now? Sine inverse of sin x is equal to x. It is the first property. With proof. You see the proof. Let sin x is equal to theta. While assuming sin x is equal to theta, that implies x is equal to sin inverse theta, na? Okay, na? Yeah. Why? Because already we defined, we know the definition of, if it is a function, sin x is equal to theta. Theta is in terms of x. Then x is equal to, in terms of theta means sin inverse x. Very simple. It is a simply notation. Now, up to now, we learned only the notation only. Okay, na? Okay. Sin x is equal to theta. I am applying on both sides sin inverse. I am applying sin inverse on both sides. LHS, RHS. I am applying, adding on both sides, subtracting on both sides, multiplying on both sides, squaring on both sides. Just like one application, sin inverse of something LHS. It is also sin inverse of theta. What is sin inverse theta? Here, in our assumption, we get this one. It is results. Sin inverse theta is nothing but x. What is LHS? So, sin inverse of sin x is nothing but x. Sin inverse cancels, we get x. Okay, now. You see, related to this one, this first property, you see, sin inverse x is also x. Okay, now? Sin inverse x, sin inverse cancels, we get x. Where x belongs to minus 1 comma 1. You may get some doubt. So here x belongs to minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Whereas this same x will be in between minus 1 and 1. How it is? Very simple. You see, whatever it may be in the bracket, sine of something, sine 30 degrees, 1 by 2 now. Sine 45 degrees, 1 by root 2 now. Sine 1, sine 90 is equal to 1 now. Sine 0 is equal to 0 now. Sine of root 3 by 2 is how much? Is 60 degrees. Like this, we get the result of this LHS, sine of something is a number. Either it may be 0 or 1, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2, root 3 by 2, something. That is a number which is always in between minus 1 and 1. Okay now? In this case, sine inverse of something, 1 by 2 is there. Suppose sine inverse of 1 by 2 is 30 degrees. Sine inverse of here 0 is 0. Sine inverse of 1 is pi by 2. So here we are getting the value of x in terms of angles. Those angles are always in between minus 90 degrees and plus 90. That is why these two are different. Okay, now don't confuse. Again I am telling, if you are unable to follow that one, you simply leave it out. While you are solving the problems, you can understand. Now, in order to prove it, you see, let there sin x is equal to theta, here sin theta is equal to x. That implies theta is equal to sin inverse x. Okay now? Okay. This is our assumption. Sin theta is equal to x. So theta is equal to sin goes that side, sin inverse x. It is one result, LHS RHS. I am applying on both sides sin again. Sin theta is equal to sin of sin inverse x. Will you agree? What is sin theta? Already is there. Sin theta, it is our assumption. Sin theta is equal to x. Then theta is equal to sin inverse x. I am applying a sin on both sides. Then sin theta is nothing but x. So it is x is equal to, it is a sin of sin inverse x. Okay now? Here one result is there. Here one result. Two results we proved. Hence, in this property, we conclude that sin inverse of sin x is equal to x, and that x is equal to sin of sin inverse x. Okay, now? Similarly, cos inverse of cos x is equal to x. Mainly, this is important, and it is cos of cos inverse x. Like this, we can find all the trigonometric ratios. Cosecant is x, and this is cosecant of cosecant inverse x. Okay, now? Is it clear? Up to now, we learned only the notations. These are all simply notation. Sine goes that side, sine inverse. Cos come to this side, cos inverse. Only we are doing like that. It is a notation. Don't confuse. Simply, you observe it. Okay now? One or two times you have to repeat this lesson. Otherwise, it is somewhat confusion. Okay now? Try to understand. Yeah.